Miss Trixie, welcome to the underground. Woo, trying this Taylor Swift look. This is how I dressed for the Taylor Swift party that I went to at my sister's house. I made it like I wasn't going to do anything because I ordered a Taylor Swift hoodie, but it's like still probably sitting in China. I don't know. So I said, I'll think of something. So when I walked in with this wig and my red lips, and I had the Taylor Swift Reputation microphone, I walked in the house, and my younger sister that I call Bones, she's like, hi. And I was like, that's a strange hi. And she didn't know who I was. My older sister gave me a dirty look like, who is this woman? Nobody in my family recognized me. Can you believe this? I mean, listen to the voice. It's my voice, you know. The wig threw them off, but now I'm kind of getting into this look. They're like, you should dress as a blonde. You should dye your hair blonde. Well, you know what? No. I mean, you know what? To be honest with you, I can't think with all this hair. But do I look like Taylor Swift? No. I kind of look more like the Killer in Dress to Kill. So... Right? Do you remember that movie, Dress to Kill, the Killer?
Yeah.
I'm not as tall, but I'm having a good time. So I did the Sportsman show yesterday where I wasn't nauseous like I was last year, and thank God the elephant killers were next to me, but they had the good sense not to show up near me because I would have pulled them out of their thing. I mean, all the hunters don't like them anyway, so they knew what not to show. This is Massachusetts. So I was talking to them and getting educated, all the hunters, and across from us, they had this, it was like a wildlife reserve, and they said, yeah, don't go over there because the antlers aren't even real. They genetically engineer the deer and then have them shot in a fenced-in area. We're from Massachusetts. We don't play that way. The real sportsmen, the real hunters, you know, I talked to this guy, he was like, I hunt them, I shoot them, I skin them, and then I package them. I was like, okay, you're for real. You're for real. But, okay. So, let me just see. Thursday was a pretty crazy day. I guess all the phones went out, and I have AT&T. They're giving me a credit, but I couldn't, text, phone, nothing. And I think it was Putin who did this. They, mass holes were calling 911. I mean, this is what we do here. We just don't put up with crap. So, yeah, it was about early in the morning. I'm ready to go get batteries for my smoke detector. And I don't know, my phone just stopped working. And they're like, yeah, EverSource goes, use your landline. How many people have a landline?
Trump's fault.
It's not Trump's fault. It's Putin. I'm thinking it's Putin's fault.
All right. We'll
Speaking of the man you love so much, John, Trump compared himself to Alexei Navalny. Any similarities? I don't know. Yeah.
So how'd you make out in South Carolina?
He kicked ass. 20.
Yeah.
What did he win by 20 points?
Yeah.
So, we knew that anyway. Nikki Haley still staying in. She doesn't care. Maybe she wants... If he was smart, he'd pick her as his running mate. I really think, you know...
She refused.
No, she wouldn't. She wants to have power. They all want power, don't they? All of them? They all want power. So... I don't know. Trump is selling Trump Victory 47 cologne. It's gold, of course, with his sculpted golden head on top. And then he's selling gold high tops for a bargain price of $3.99. Can you imagine? It looks like a gold, his cologne looks like a gold Pez bottle. He raised almost $1 million. His followers are really stepping it up, but you know he's got a ways to go to get to $355 million. I actually met one of his followers. I like the Trump supporters and they like me, and I don't know why, but whatever. We have some kind of funny relationship. And he's like, "Oh, I gave to his campaign." I go, "You're giving to his defense?" He's like, "Yep, it's about the rule of law." What do you mean the rule of law? He's breaking all these laws. A woman went up to the podium shrieking to vote for him. Did you see that one? They're after him for no good reason. Look at his family, his kids. What do you mean, the elephant killers? He's a good man. Oh, man. John Schneider likened Beyonce. You know, she's got the #1 country hit now. Some of the country stations are starting to bend over a little bit and play her. There's a little tint of racism, I think. They just don't. He said, basically, stay in your lane, Beyonce. And he likened her to a dog. A peeing dog. I do not like John Schneider. First of all, he's got these red cheeks. He looks like he drinks too much. And he was speaking to OAN, which is a far right website. So, yeah, she's got, listen, again, I'm not a huge Beyonce fan, but I did find out from my uncle who did the genealogy that I'm related to her. I said, what? I'm half black? And he said, no, her mother is white. I didn't know that. Okay. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know. But, okay. If you were starting to feel bad for Tom Sandoval, I'm back on Vanderpump now. Sorry, guys. Here's something that will remind you why you don't like him. An interview with the New York Times Magazine, he compared Sandoval to O.J. Simpson and George Floyd. And he says, my intentions behind the comments I made in the New York Times Magazine were to explain the level of national media attention my affair received. He thinks he's so important. The comparison was inappropriate and ignorant. I'm incredibly sorry and embarrassed. You know, he just doesn't have a humble bone in his body. So Taylor Swift's private jet flew to Hawaii to pick up Travis. Like, he's back now. He went for 2 days. They went for a private tour at the Sydney Zoo. And I guess she misses him and wants him on tour. But, you know, since she flew back from Tokyo to be with him, I cannot think with this hair. Whoa. And he came back to Las Vegas and was partying like with a bunch of women that were dancing on tables. But that's okay. He loves her anyway. The former FBI informant accused of spreading falsehoods about Joe and Hunter Biden. He admitted officials association with Russian intelligence were involved in passing the story about Hunter. So he's involved with Russia. How nice. An FBI informant. Well, in defense of some of the Republicans, I guess he was a credible source at one point, and we didn't know he was a lying sack of shit. His name is Alexander Smirnov. The vodka? Is he any relation to the vodka? You know, that Burisma $5 million bribe they saying that Hunter and Joe Biden took? Well, you know what? This is where your intelligence is going. So, okay, listen to this one. Oksana Malaya, a Ukrainian woman, was raised by stray dogs. How do I find these stories? I don't know, but it's like in the middle of the night. In the middle of the night, in my dreams, between 3 and 9 years old. Those are like the formative years for people. Her alcoholic parents left her outside in the cold. Here you go. Go with the dogs. She lived along stray dogs in a kennel. Okay. So she's like a 6-year-old. I don't know. Do you think she pees with her leg up? She walks on all fours. At 9 years old, she barked at a neighbor. So, can you imagine being raised? I would rather probably be raised by elephants. I don't know. Dogs? I don't know. So, Vanderpump again. Sheena and Lala went to Lisa Vanderpump's house. Now, Lisa's trying to make them feel bad about the way they're treating Sandoval because I guess he's suicidal or was suicidal. It's so funny because I was looking at her house inside, and instead of, you know how you have frames of your family? Oh, my hair. So she's got frames with her 2 dogs because she loves dogs more than people. I get it. There's no people in her home, just frames of dogs. She wants them to like go easy on the narcissist. Sheena says he's full of villain energy. I got to say, Sheena is right on when she said humble yourself. Because he is, like, he doesn't admit anything that he did was wrong. Why don't he just say, look, I'm sorry, I screwed up. I'm a pig. I shouldn't have gone after Raquel. I should have broken up. I mean, we all are not perfect. We all don't do things the correct way. But he was just, Sandoval on Lala, page 6. When he watches her on Watch What Happens Live or Shenanigans, he brings this overly, oh my God, he said this about Lala, brings this overly douchey cockiness. He doesn't think she's real. And then he did call her a narcissist, but you know what, Tom, you're not real. Like the way your hair is, and then we had that fake mustache, and he's got all these fake friends that he pays to be around him. I'm thinking success changed him. It changed all of them, really. I think this is why I'm not into the new season of Vanderpump Rules. I've been watching the old season, and it's like they're very aware of the camera. They're very aware of their own presence, and it kind of lost it. It's gone to their heads. You know who's normal? James, of all the people. He seems like he's still the same. I mean, when I met him, he was still down to earth. The rest of them, I don't know. James had a pool party. In the meantime, Sandoval sat in a freezing tub as the outcast. It's the first time he's been alone with no girlfriend and no friends. The show ended at Vanderpump Dogs, where Lisa came down the stairs with Graham. That was the dog that that James and Raquel, whatever her name is now, they shared. And then after Raquel went into mental rehab, I guess it ended up in Arizona, and then it bit a few people because it had behavioral problems, and then it ended up at a shelter. He was rescued in a foster home, and James was crying. That's how it ended. So now he nicknamed it Hippie, changed the name to Hippie. So yeah, I think that's cool because he loved Graham or Hippie. Tom Sandoval, I found out by Watch What Happens Live. He has a new girlfriend. So she's super successful, hot. I don't know who she is. I have to find out. But I was watching Watch What Happens Live, and I guess he got over. He can't be alone. Some people that don't like themselves, they have to keep going from one to the next. I'm pretty comfortable in my skin. I don't mind being alone. But you know what? I want to warn that girl, he's going to cheat on you. He's cheated on everybody. He cheated on Kristen. He cheated on Ariana. And now he didn't cheat on Raquel because it was too new, but he would have cheated on Raquel. It's a pattern he's going to keep repeating. Until you admit your mistakes and go be alone and then, try to change a little bit, not change exactly who you are, but try to look at those awful, that's what I try to do. I wasn't perfect in my relationships, but last time I cheated on somebody, I was 17 years old and I still feel guilty about it. The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills finale, Kyle's white party. Again, that season was nothing. So Kevin Lee, who was Lisa Vanderpump's party planner, he planned this party. It was a $400,000 budget. He goes she all the time. Erika performed at SoFi Stadium. Denise was there. So when Denise is around, it's kind of interesting. So she was talking about Erika, and she said the residency in Las Vegas was asking if it's okay to lip sync. If it's because Erika lip syncs, I guess, but so does Britney Spears and Madonna kind of had pre-recorded vocals because she was saying you can't really dance and sing at the same time. So as long as it's her vocals, I don't really care. PK was in London all month. He was staying in, so that's a problem with Dorit. They're having issues. Jeff Lewis from Flipping Out. Remember Jeff Lewis? He was there. Camille was there. Faye Resnick was there. Cynthia from the Housewives of Atlanta was there. Denise and her weird husband, Aaron, was there. She wore pink at a white party, okay? She thought, Jeff Lewis thought that Kyle took Ozempic because Kyle, stopped drinking. She works out all the time. And she was, picking a bone with him, but he apologized, I guess. Sutton was ghosted by Steve. Remember I said I like Steve? So he dumped her, maybe because she didn't kiss him. I don't know. Took a couple of dates. Men don't wait around that long, honey. But I get what she's saying. She wanted to wait till, when you're older. It's not like when you're young, when you're hot and heavy breathing in the back seat. She's very awkward, though, Sutton. She drinks like a fish, so I don't know. I wouldn't be attracted to her. Erika hasn't performed live in 4 years. Denise was saying on camera, Erika's lip syncing. Come and watch. It's expensive to be me. That's what she's saying. So I kind of would see Erika because she's kind of funny. Now, Dorit and Kyle have been fighting, and I don't really know why, but maybe we'll know at the reunion because that's next week. They haven't spoken since December. So I know that Andy Cohen asks Kyle, would you ever date Morgan Wade? Would you ever be in a relationship with her? So we obviously don't know. We have to tune in. They make us wait for a week. Sutton, of course, drank a little bit too much. I thought it was Erika. Remember they showed somebody falling on the stage? Sutton fell onto the stage. Most people fall off the stage. She fell onto the stage. She's so awkward and drunk. It ended with Kyle and Mauricio's separation. And somebody fed People magazine the story that they were separated. But the kids were crying. It's kind of sad because you think if they can't make it, who can? They were together for so many years, over 20 years, which is 100 years in Hollywood times. But I'm going to have to go right now. I've got to take off my wig because I got to do another show because Johnny's going somewhere, so I got to do another show. So if it seems like I'm saying something that's a week late, I'm sorry. I'll see you guys in 2 weeks, but thanks for watching and hope you like the wig. There you go.